Today we're in Panama.
That is the Panama City skyline.
We have a mission today that we have a layover for one day. So we are taking a tour, seeing as much as we can of the city.
We found out that you can actually come visit Panama City for the same price as a short layover would be. So since the cheapest flight from Patagonia to Ecuador, where we're headed next, was to go through Santiago, Chile, and then through Panama City, we decided to make the most of it and see a little bit of each of those cities along the way. We are in Santiago! Goals for today are see as much as we can in a short amount of time, sleep a little bit, and then leave for the airport at 2 a.m. Only been out exploring Santiago for a little bit, but so far it seems like they do a great job of preserving like the history of the area combined with modern buildings.
We aren't that high up right now, and it's not necessarily the clearest of days, but one of the cool things about Santiago is that there are mountains everywhere around the city. This was the main picture that I saw and one of the things that made me really want to come to Santiago. So when we had the layover, I decided that we had to make the most of it. I think that this is one of the tallest buildings in South America.
This viewpoint gives a good perspective of how massive the city is and how much bigger even the mountains are. We are back at some more markets. Every chance we get, we try to go to markets, and Santiago seems to have a lot of them. Another thing I've realized through traveling is I really like seeing flags. I guess it's just like the symbol of the country. It makes me feel so like excited to be here. So we were just walking back from the mall where we got our dinner, and we saw that they were starting to shut the streets in different areas, and we
were at the palace, so we were at the main protest area.
Santiago is Chile's capital, and this is their White House.
They were shutting down the roads. There were a bunch of guards out and a bunch of armored trucks that were out. They weren't letting us go to where we needed to go, but Em showed them our Google Maps location and said we need to go there for our Airbnb, and they let us go through. There was nothing that bad about where we were, but we made it back. Starting out early in the morning. Another travel day today. Next step of the day is go to the airport and look for the lounge.
I thought this lounge was pretty impressive. Like, the food was good, even at like 3:30 in the morning when we showed up. And then we found a whole other area with even more food. Being able to go to lounges on travel days has been amazing and makes our travel days actually really fun and something we look forward to. This is our first priority pass lounge for a trip. This is our second airport lounge ever, and it's also the second one in El Salvador Airport. And it's been fun hopping from one to the other. We're loving that there's breakfast here for us and this place to relax. It's really nice to have places to sit, great food to eat, and we're about to catch our flight.
Now time to go board on our plane. And will it be a winner? There it is! Entering into Panama.
There are so many big buildings and so many modern buildings. There's the one that they call the Screw that looks like twisted. The guy said that even like 10 years ago, it was like not as many buildings as there are now. First thing we did when we got to Panama is get some really exotic currency out of the ATM called US dollars. They use US dollars here, and Panama is not really that cheap, especially Panama City. To get an Uber from the airport to the Panama Canal, I read online was like $40+. Didn't believe it, got here and it was. So I'm really glad for what we're doing today. I randomly saw on TripAdvisor someone say this guy's name and an email address. Sent Luciano, don't even know his last name, this email, and I'm like, hey, heard your tours are good. Anyways, he picks us up, he's here. The guide said that 1.5 cars a day are stolen here. I'm not quite sure how that math works, but hoping that ours isn't that one, because we have our most important stuff with us, but my backpack is still in the car.
We just landed into Panama. Panama, we just found out, means abundance of fish. So the first place that we're stopping is the fish market. Emma's really excited because she loves markets and loves seafood.
These shrimp are huge! I've never seen such fresh fish, shrimp, lobster, octopus. It's all right from here. This is incredible. Look at this. So I am really sad that we don't have time to get some of this and cook it up and eat it. This area of the city is called Casco, Viejo, or the Old Quarter in Panama City. And back in like the 1700s, this was the main area. And now it's just like a beautiful restored area where they've kept the charm of the buildings. And this old town part of Panama City reminds me a lot of Cartagena Old Town.
There used to be a lot of pirates, so they had a walled city.
Let's hear your best pirate. Arr.
Arr.
Arr, matey.
This church here was in the old town, and when that area was destroyed by fire, they took the church, rebuilt it stone by stone, and the new old town here. The guide told us that there's a mystery through these doors and up the steps.
He said, just keep going, going, going until you find what you came to see. I feel like this is a Nancy Drew mystery.
They got the whole thing in one place. We are battling right now the desire to see as much as we can and go, go, go. But also, I think we're getting a little tired, waking up at 2 in the morning. It's starting to kick in. Look how long the skyline is. This is one of the biggest skylines that we've seen in Central and South America, and there's nothing else around it, so it just really stands out. There she is! That is the Bridge of the Americas going over the Panama Canal.
The Panama Canal is 80 kilometers long, which is about 50 miles, and it takes 8 to 10 hours for a ship to get through, depending on the size and the weather.
This is how it comes through. From down there, the ship is coming in, and then it goes through these locks, filled with water, and then it goes down to the next lock, waits for the water to drop, and it keeps going out.
I'm amazed at how thin this is. Like, I know it's a canal and stuff, but there is not much room on either side. They waved at me. I feel like this isn't that huge of a boat, so how does a cruise ship get through here?
Thoughts and facts from 2 dummies who don't know anything about engineering. Fact that I learned from our guide is that ships can pay anywhere from $500 to $1 million to cross the canal, but the cheapest one was a guy who swam through, and he paid 36 cents, 7 days to go through the canal.
One eternity later.
It's not necessarily the fastest thing, but pretty cool. Get ready for some high-paced action.
And the ship is on its merry way. This is amazing to see the Panama Canal, the actual ship going through it, and now it is escaping into freedom.
Life lesson to learn is that I guess fly net material is not washable, definitely not dryable. They are on my feet, but they literally probably shrunk the whole size.
Just got to our Airbnb. Been here like 2 minutes and Hud's on a roach killing mission.
They're not big roaches, they're like this big and then some even smaller ones. But I killed about 4 or 5 roaches like this size, and probably in 10 to 12 range right now of little ones.
I was asking if this is a desert because it kind of feels like it, and I was like, it's kind of hot. I thought it would be more chilly. And then Hud said, haha, I didn't try it.
M's favorite animal.
He's cool. Might be poisonous.
Trying to find the lounge, and we're right now deciphering the best charades. We asked someone, and he pointed this way, but then he did a little dip and he goes, oh, and said something. The problem that we had is that when we got to the airport today, they said, okay, your bags that you checked, you'll see them in Ecuador. They had our shorts, our shirts, and my shoes that we were gonna be in. So I was like, well, guess I'm going in sport shorts.
Go, buddy, go! Lunch with a view. I don't think this is lemonade. I got a frozen lemonade.
I was gonna have this moment and say, everything you be sipping frozen lemonade, looking at the logs, and I record you.
We got some bread, so we're gonna feed the fishies.
See if they can catch it in the air. He got it!
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing.